Alright, welcome back to the channel. We're back for another Victory at Sea unboxing. Today we're going to be unboxing the HMS Warspite for the Royal Navy. At this point we know pretty well what we expect to see in these boxes. We expect to see a resin ship, some metal parts for the superstructure, and guns, maybe another part or two, a ship card, some damage sliders, and maybe another piece of paper or two. But why don't we get into it, see what the ship looks like. Alright, so we have our paper, our ship. We get into the look at the model first. This was packed by Ariana. Thank you, Ariana. These things into the center of the frame. Look real quick at the metal bits. So this one actually, this one, it's like one of the guns is somewhat damaged. I think I have the part of the gun right there. So I am going to probably just try and glue it back on. I'm not gonna worry about contacting Warlord, but you can see that there's a little bit of a break there to one of the guns. Again, I think I have a bit of it right there. I will just attempt to glue it back on. But not too many parts actually in for this one. 4 guns and a couple of masts. That's about it. And then as far as the ship goes, so here's the ship. Very cool looking. This, pretty sure this is closer to a World War I design. We'll see when we look at the ship card. But excellent details. You get the secondary guns, the lifeboats, the superstructure there. Very nice. Not a lot of flash on this one, just a tiny bit around the edges that we'll have to clean up. That's about it. So not bad at all. Alright, don't miss this extra piece here. Need to get that on the gun. Alright, so for our paperwork here, we're going to have our damage sliders, as usual. Our working with Warlord resin, usual. Our instructions, and usually there is a painting guide on the other side. So this has one of the Dazzle style camouflage paint jobs. I did try and do that for many of my US ships, so I will probably do that for this as well. I don't try and go exactly for what's here, I just try and represent what they have for the Dazzle camouflage. The US and the Japanese were big on this during World War, the US and Royal Navy, excuse me, were big on this in World War II. So we have Queen Elizabeth battleship. It is a battleship, flank speed of 5, armor of 5, so not too bad, middle of the road for a battleship. Hull of 73 and 24, aircraft 2, torpedo pelt 2. Our main turrets, we have 4 of them. They are 7 inches at point blank, then 15 at short, 22 at long, 30 at extreme. 2 attack dice each. They are +2 to AP, which is good, and 3 damage dice each. So pretty good armament for a ship this size. 375 points. Do have some light guns. 3, 6, 9, and 13. 6 attack dice, -2 armor piercing, 1 damage dice each. Restricted and weak. The other light guns are a little bit longer range, 5, 10, 15, and 20. 4 attack dice, -2 to armor piercing, 1 attack dice each. These are dual purpose, so they can be used for anti-aircraft, restricted and weak. Our AA battery is a local 6, so that is a lot. So local 6 is really good for our AA battery in case our opponent has a lot of aircraft. We should do relatively well. Okay, so our real life stats. This was originally commissioned in 1915 with the major refit in 1937. So that's probably going to be our starting point, would be the 1937, the World War II, but it is the hull and everything else, as expected, is a World War I ship. It's the only ship in its class. A lot of text here. But then we have our refits in 42, we add radar, increase the AA battery to 7 for 55. Now, I haven't played enough to really know if going from 6 to 7 is really going to be that big of a deal for you. And also with the radar isn't as great, at least from my understanding, on a battleship. Radar is really good for destroyers and cruisers that you're going to want to scout with, but with battleships, I'm not sure how much the radar is going to get you. In 43, remove the aircraft and increase the AA battery to local 8 from -5 points. So again, the aircraft are good for scouting, so I'm not sure about that refit. And then in 44, it was badly damaged in the September of 43. Decrease the flank speed to 4. Add advanced radar. X-turret inoperable, may still be hit. So that's interesting. So that's a rule. So if you lose a turret, that turret could be the one that you lose, and it's already inoperable. Remove the light guns and increase AA battery to local 10 from -20. So interestingly, except for the first refit, we're actually decreasing its capabilities throughout its life. So I'm not sure how much of these refits you're going to want to take in game, but it's interesting to know the history. That's it for the Warspite. Slight disappointment in that one of the guns was slightly broken, but should be repairable without too much trouble. For me personally, it's not worth the call to Warlord to have it replaced. Unless I can't fix it, I will make sure I take pictures of it to make sure they realize that it was an issue in case I need it, but I will make every attempt to try and just make it work on as it is. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I have gotten a couple of games of this in. I do hope to do some more videos on gameplay in terms of Victory at Sea. It is a very fun game. It's not the most complicated game in the world, but it is very fun to play and very interesting. But thank you very much. Have fun, paint some minis, and we'll see you next time.